Well, hello folks, I'm the Custard Prophet. Welcome to this channel update. If you're not familiar with what these update videos are about, we have a look over the last couple of months, so in this case it's going to be August, September, how things have been going on the channel. And we also think about the stuff that we are bringing to the channel next, the stuff that might be going away, and any sort of major updates or announcements that are relevant to the channel. So if that sounds like an interesting thing, then make sure you stick around and drop a like on this video. So just a little incentive. We're not going to talk about this right away, but if you watch to a little bit later on, I will be revealing who my beta save will be with for FM23. So yeah, there's the incentives to stick around. So channel update. Let's have a look at the numbers first of all. So you might remember that June, July was an amazing period for the channel, particularly July, where we had the best month we have ever had in terms of watch time, which was well over 600 hours, in terms of views, which was almost 8,000 views. We've not had anything like that since I've started this, and it was really nice. A lot of that was because of Tennis Manager 2022. Got a lot of nice content out around that, but we also had a lot of other good videos that did really well during that period. It was just it was a nice perfect storm. But the month, at the end of the month, did look like things were tailing off a little bit, and I was wondering whether August would not be quite as good, and September again. Well, of course it wasn't going to be quite as good, but would we have, a significant drop off in views? Well, that is what has happened. To be fair, August was pretty good. I have to say, we got just over 5,500 views, which is, I think, I don't think it is the fourth best month in terms of the channel. So that's pretty good. So we're still in that top 5, and we had just over 300 hours of watch time. So we're keeping into that plus 300 hours watch time thing, and 22 subs. September, on the other hand, it was dropped off a little bit further, just over 400, just over 4,000 views, which is still healthy, but it's a lot less than it was a couple of months ago. And for the first time since October, we dropped under 300 hours of watch time. We still got 23 subscribers, which was great. So there's been a decline, there's been a drop off. But I think there's reasons for that, so I'm not particularly worried about it. I think reason number one is I was away for a lot of August. I've been away for part of September, and I haven't put up as many videos as I would normally do over this period. It's certainly not been a video a day. It's been probably only managed to do about 3/4 of the time, something like that. So there's a big chunk of videos missing. The other thing is it's September, which is for my job very, very difficult to find time to do stuff around September. It is one of the busiest times of the year, so that has meant that I haven't got a lot of time to put into those videos that are going to do really well, so those evergreen videos that are going to do really well. And I've just had to kind of keep the Let's Play series going where I can. So it has meant that there isn't been a big video that has kind of dropped that's done incredibly well, which I've had relatively regularly this year. So normally I'd have at least one video every couple of months that's done really well. I just haven't had that this last couple of months. So hopefully that'll change. Just need to find the right video, and they do well. It's that simple, isn't it? So yeah, not too worried, but it would be nice to kind of pick things up going forward, and I think for reasons that we'll talk about in a bit, that probably will be the case. Okay, right, that's the channel health. Let's talk about the stuff that's on the channel. We'll start off with the stuff that is not Football Manager related, and then we'll work towards Football Manager. So we have continued to make our Tennis Manager 2022 Let's Play, and I will continue to do that. It's a very, very enjoyable game to play. Really enjoying it. I'm hoping to do a video comparing Tennis Manager 2022 with TEM2, a kind of version 2 of that video I did for the previous Tennis Manager game. And yeah, I think you'll see there would be a difference in the outcome this time. So yeah, the Let's Play will continue, and I've got no reason to stop that. Views are down a little bit from where they were, but I'm still getting a good number of views on those videos, so I'll continue to make them, mainly because I'm enjoying the save, and I hope you are too. We'll also be making regular Geoguessr content, and that will continue also. But I would like to bring a few more videos, so a bit more variety on the channel. So I'm not talking about another series, but a few more one-off videos on other gaming topics. So if there are games that you'd want me to have a one-off look at, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to have some feedback on that, the sort of things that you would like to see me turn my hand to. Remembering, of course, that my computer is run by mice and elastic bands. It's not particularly powerful, so if it is something which requires an awful lot of processing power, it's not going to happen. But for most other things, we can give those things a go. So turn-based games are normally quite good because the graphics don't move for a bit. But we'll see. I'm going to have a look at, and I want to do a couple of videos over the next couple of months which fall into that category. That will be a bit of a challenge for me going forward. Okay, so that's the non-Football Manager stuff. Football Manager stuff, FM21 series with RFC Liège has continued, and I'm just enjoy it too much, and that will continue for the foreseeable future, but it will be very, very sporadic videos. So we're just doing season updates as we go. I've got a season update now I need to record. I just haven't had time to do it. It's one of those videos that takes a little bit more time. So that will be on its way. In terms of the FM22 stuff, say with Riga, this is going to be the last European campaign, the one that we're looking at the minute. So when we go out of Europe, that's it. We'll stop that. But we have relatively recently started a late save called World Cup Stories, where we have been managing different teams in the World Cup at Qatar. Started off with England, did really well, got all the way through to the final, and actually I think for the first time ever won the World Cup. The first time for me, won the World Cup for England, which was enjoyable. But we've then randomly selected another team, which turned out to be Uruguay, and I'm currently trying to take them all the way through. We also randomly selected a restriction that we'd have to run the save by, and some of those were really quite horrible, but thankfully I got one which wasn't too scary. So we're going to take this series probably into the new FM23 game, and it will be sort of going on in the background, because I think it's kind of a bit of fun. And I'm not, when we do FM23, the beta save, I don't want to make 5 videos, over the week number 1 on that game. I'm not going to do that at all. There'll probably be 3 videos for the beta save for the first week, and then the second week as well. We're not going to flood you with it. Okay, talking about FM23, what are we going to be doing for the beta save? Now, there've been a couple of comments. I think I saw Brighton mentioned. Typically, what I've done in the past with Football Manager, when the beta saves come out, is I pick a team, Premier League team, that is not right at the top. Sometimes one of the teams that's struggling a little bit, because I find that more interesting than managing Liverpool or Arsenal or something. That's kind of can be quite dull sometimes. So in the past we've done Everton. We've done Crystal Palace, we've done Burnley. Those are the 3 beta saves I've done on YouTube over the 3 years that where I've started. Over the 3 years that I've sort of done the full kind of rotation of the game. So this year I was kind of umming and ahhing over who it should be. I had Leeds in my head for a bit, which I thought would be kind of interesting. But in the end, I decided not to go with that. Okay, so for the beta save, the big reveal, what we are team we are going to be managing. In the end, what I've decided to do is manage Wolves. Yes, Wolves, Wolverhampton Wanderers, one of the older clubs, one of the most historic clubs. So that would be nice. They're a Midlands club, which I've not managed a Midlands club, and considering that's where my roots are, that's kind of important. And my granddad was a Wolves supporter as well. So for all those reasons, I think Wolves would be a good choice. Plus, you've got to love the old gold, haven't you? The Wolves kit. So let me know what you think about that. Wolves, does that float your boat, or is that just a terrible choice? Doesn't matter, because that's what I'm doing. But let me know your thoughts on the beta save, and will you be watching along as we try and take Wolves, who've not had the best start this season, really. Try and improve that, and maybe get them doing a little bit better in our virtual world. Fingers crossed we can. Okay, that's the beta save. So I guess the question is, well, what are you doing for the main save? I'm still not 100% sure about that, and I need your help on this. So there's a couple of choices here. So in the past, I have talked about doing 2 saves, and it's not going to work if I want to make other content. That's just mad. I don't have time to do that. So the choices are, number 1 is one that I've been threatening to do for ages, the ABC Journeyman. I've even got a thumbnail for it, which I'll put up somewhere, which is basically requires me to wait for the level 10 database to come out. It'd be a UK Journeyman, and we have to start a club beginning with A, and the only place we can then move is another club. When we are moving clubs, the only clubs that we can move to is a club beginning with B. So Burton, for example. Although if we're starting at like Abingdon Town, then I doubt we'll get the Burton job. And basically the premise of the save is you've got to get as far through the alphabet as you can. So it's not about staying at clubs for long periods of time. It's just trying to get job after job after job. It is the ultimate journeyman, really, because there's no real want to stay at a club for very long and get, become successful. It's about being successful enough to be able to be wanted by other clubs. So it's a bit of a weird one, but I quite like the sound of it, and it's been on the cards for a little while. We'll see. It's something a bit different. I've not seen anyone else do that. So the ABC Journeyman, what do you think about that? If you like that, let me know in the comments. The other save would be back to the roots of the channel, and what we do here on this channel mainly is not Journeymans. I've only done one of those previously. Mainly what we do is we go to a smaller European league. We go right to the bottom playable tier in that league, and we pick a club and manage that club and just try and take that club to glory. And in the past, we've managed Gotland in Sweden all the way to the a European Cup final and a Swedish Cup glory, and didn't quite win the league with them. With RFC Liège, Riga FC, all these teams where it's smaller European leagues. I haven't decided where that would be if I did that, but would that be more interesting to you rather than the Journeyman? Or maybe you've got some other completely crazy idea that you want to throw in the comments below, because I had some rather mad saves, didn't I? The Midlands Journeyman, the Nigel Clough Journeyman, that was it, wasn't it? Or one of those bizarre save ideas I had in that video that I put out a little while ago. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, FM23 is due to come out. It will be probably later this month. I'm not sure the exact date. We've probably got another couple of weeks before it's out. So yeah, once it's out and the beta save's ongoing, then I will put a definitive decision down as to what I'm going to be doing for the main save. But as yet, it's still slightly undecided, and I would love your help, feedback on what you think might be a good, interesting save to do for the FM23 period. It might not be for the whole period, it may just be for a part of it, but what would you like to see. The Wolves save will, as we've done every time, it will run through the beta period, and we will continue it for maybe 2-3 seasons. If it's going really well, we might make that a longer term save, but we will have to see. Right, folks, that's it. I've whittled on for 16 minutes. Good God. Hopefully, I'll edit that down to something more sensible. But if you have enjoyed this little ramble and chat about the channel, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to this and you were kind of wanting to see what this channel is all about, well, I'm more succinct normally. No, I'm not. But if you like the sound of any of that stuff, please subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on new games that we might want to be playing on the channel or having a look at, and what you thought about the beta save and what ideas you might have for my main save. Yeah. And anything else really, just what you had for dinner. Put it down in the comments. I don't care. Maybe it'll inspire me to have something really nice for dinner. Now this is truly wittering. Anyway, I'll see you very shortly in another video. Hopefully. Goodbye.